everybody, let's fill this up and go and spread some gypsum. Absolutely beautiful morning this morning for doing this. There's not a breath of wind out there, so we'll see how much we get done before she picks up. And we'll see how long we can make it before a spinner bearing lets go on those spreaders, because they do not like spreading gypsum. This gypsum appears to be spreading really well. I usually set this to about 10.5 meters. It says you can do it out to 12, but I feel like, yeah, we never really can. But I can sort of see it's, yeah, coming all the way out to sort of just out the other side of this wheel. So I think it's just because there's not a lot of wind at the moment, and that's also helping me. But I think the rate and everything's looking pretty good otherwise. I should have more than enough there to do this paddock, so I'm not worried if I do overlap a little bit. It'll be good for the soil. It's a good soil conditioner, so we'll just keep going at it. I think that's my last fill in here, and it's good timing because the wind is just starting to pick up out there, so I think by the time we've got this done, that'll be about perfect. Well, I can see daylight through the back and there's nothing being spread anymore, so I think we're done. We are actually forecast to possibly get a couple of mil of rain tonight, which would be really awesome on this. It'll just settle it in nicely, which would be a good result, but I'm not banking on it because it says 0 to 2 mil, so there's a good chance we'll get nothing. Have a look at our spinner bearings. My goodness me, they're even hanging in there. Well, good morning everyone. So So yeah, I ended up putting the camera down yesterday just because the wind stayed really calm for pretty much the whole day, which was not forecast to do. So I actually went out and spread the other pile of gypsum out in the paddock, got that all knocked off, and then yeah, I got back, had some like a really super late lunch, and tried to get a few tools in the ute, get the toolboxes all stocked up so that I can live out of that for seeding. And then it tried to rain for a little while, which was super because that just will settle that gypsum down, but it only equated to about 1 millimetre, so not a lot. But nevertheless, it's nice to see it try. I think over the other side of town, Luke had like almost 8 millimetres. That's coupled with the 11 millimetres he got on Anzac Day night. I think they got under a shower over there. So he's had almost, well, nearly 19 millimetres over the last week, which is unreal. We're over here in the dry country. We've had about 5.5, I think. So that's the way it goes. If you get under them, you get under them. So yeah, I'm just going to connect the battery charger up to the sprayer here. I just want to, last time I tried to start it, these batteries were super sluggish because she has been hibernating. It has not been used for months, and that is awesome. This is the one machine I like to see sitting in the shed. It can stay here as long as it wants. So I'm going to wake it up. I did actually renew the subscription on the auto steer last night, or yesterday afternoon, so that's done. I'm going to have to get it out the shed and I might have to manually input a code or something. I can't remember what I got to do just to update that. And then we'll grease the boom, and this thing's ready to go for seeding then, so that's good. So this is the paddock that I came out and spread gypsum in yesterday. Now this is one of the paddocks that's been quite bad for that blanket weed. That was the one I just hoed out. Now that's all good. I've seen them out here. I've been chipping away at it, got rid of most of them. Not a massive amount of numbers, not like last year, but the ones that are out here are quite big. So I've come out and hoed most of them out and got rid of them. But in saying that, when I was out here I found something that I really didn't want to see, and yeah, we'll head down there and have a look now. This is what I didn't want to see in here. This is in the creek, or on the creek side of the bank, so it's a little bit hard to see from the actual paddock. But what we actually have here is a big patch of silverleaf nightshade. Dozens of plants across here, all down in the creek. This has been undetected, this patch, for a while. This is probably what's been spreading the nightshade throughout the rest of the paddock that I've been coming up here trying to take care of. So yeah, look, they've got fruit all over them at the moment, little berries starting to form. So I'm going to come along and do my absolute best to cut these plants off and get rid of these berries, because this plant is just really hard work to try and kill once it gets established. But I know this patch is here now, so I'm going to have to pay very close attention to it every year. And there's been plants popping up all throughout this paddock. Yeah, look, the paddock next door had a few plants, and I've been spraying them for a few years, and I finally killed the ones out there. But some patches, man, we just don't seem to be able to kill them. But anyway, not what I wanted to find out here. I'm going to get stuck into this and try and clean this up, get rid of these berries, make sure they don't set any seed this year, and then yeah, we got a job ahead of us next summer. Makes them even more fun to try and clean up. You snip them off and they've got little spines all over them, kind of like a rose bush, so no, they're not fun to handle at all. Now, the problem with finding them this late in the game is that, yeah, a lot of these berries are on the ground already, so I am trying to clean up as much of it as I can. If I could have got here with some chemical earlier, I possibly would have been able to kill a few of the plants, but it's a bit like taking a shower with a raincoat on at this point. But we'll get as much out of the system as we can, so we'll come back next year and hope. Look, when the plants are young, I think you can kill them fairly easily, but once they're established, they're a pain in the neck. So if we come back next year and get any of the young ones, that'll be a start. Oh, look at that beauty. Be careful where you pick them up. I can see the neighbours out seeding across the road, and I thought, oh, I better go drop their receiver back. It's just sitting here on the tractor and they might be looking for it soon. So my new one's there, I just got to go pick it up. So I better do the right thing and drop this one back. I said my new one's here. Well, it's not actually here, it's still in Crystal Brook, but it has arrived, so I can go get it when I want to get seeding again. Well, I was going to throw some fuel in it, but evidently it's pretty full, 94%. So I guess we won't do that. We'll get our auto steer subscription updated and in the screen, and give this boom a grease.
Display. Other videos are available.
Oh yeah! We're on! We are on! Start this up with the key on and make sure it finds the machine, and then we'll be definitely good. Right, we're converged. We're not red anymore. This thing's good. So while I've been in here, I've tried to delete all the different jobs or events that I've done over the last couple of years, because it just takes up space, internal storage space. I think I've done it right. I'm going to have a look and make sure I haven't deleted something that I shouldn't have. So we've got our field data. We'll have a look down here. Look at that, they're all empty now, so there's no more jobs on there. That's beautiful. Alright, that's good. So yeah, that'll just make it a little bit easier when I'm going in to start new jobs now. There won't be a whole list of jobs that I've previously done there, so that's good. I was deleting them one by one, and that was very, very slow, but anyway, I figured out what to do in the end. Alright, we'll shut that down and go get a grease gun. Me and Dad just went and picked up Louie from out in the paddock after spreading that gypsum yesterday, and drove back along that old fence line and found myself a couple of tyre stakes out there. So it's amazing what you can see from up high. Yeah. I just spent ages trying to get grease in that pin. I haven't been able to get grease in there for a while, and I've got both of them, so just had to try a few different positions with the boom, you know, take the weight off the boom, a few things like that, and we got it. Alright, we'll tick this thing off the list and call it done. And I think it's about time for some lunch. Right, we might go and drop this spreader off, because no doubt Dad will need to do some feed mixes, and he'll want, yeah, he won't want that on there, because we'll be having to get hay and stuff out of the shed. Right, driving past this the last couple of days has got me motivated to get rid of one of these troughs. So this is the fence that got taken out. This one was over my side of the fence, the other one's over the other side in the other paddock, but we don't really need two troughs side by side here at the moment. So rather than having a dog leg all the way around this at seeding time, I think we'll at least get rid of one. Dad will probably want to reposition that one anyway, but we'll leave him there for now. At least get rid of this one and just make it a little bit easier to get stuff around here at seeding time. So I just wanted to have a quick look and see what I need to remove this. I don't know whether I might just have to, I don't know, fold that pipe over for now, but we'll see what we actually have here. See what I need in terms of tools. I might actually need a shovel to dig down under here a little bit and get to that pipe, but anyway, we might have to run back and get some things. Not very far, so we should be right. Oh yeah! Oh, there's some nice creepy crawlies under here. Don't stick your fingers. Oh, there's big black spiders everywhere. Yuck. Right. You can tell there hasn't been sheep in here for a while. The flies just will not let up this year. They are shocking. Normally at this time of the year they tend to fade away a bit. They're still annoying. Nice juicy big redback down there. Oh, there's a big black spider under there. Another one in the corner down here. Don't stick your fingers under here if you want to live. Popped that, didn't I? It's probably under a bit of pressure from the actual solar pump, that's why it's got so much pressure behind it. It didn't really give me a lot of warning, did it? It was just undoing and then it was just whoosh. Now I just folded that hose over and zip tied it, but it will still leak with that much pressure on it, so I just come back up, found a plug to go on the end of that fitting, so I'll just run down and put that on. That'll hold the leak up and then we can get rid of that trough. That was the other reason I wanted the spreader off here, so I could use it to go and get that trough. That was the real reason. It was nothing to do with feed mixing. Before I go too far, I better check in on old mate here, but he's been gone for a while. And there's that bit of chain we've been looking for. Well, I just went to the effort of plugging that off, and Dad came down. As I suspected, he wants the other trough gone anyway, or moved. So yeah, he undid the pipe there and it absolutely drenched him. I said, you're not the only one. It surprised me too with how much pressure was in there. Don't think if he came here in the morning it wouldn't have that much pressure. It's just probably because the solar pump's pumping and putting a bit of pressure on the pipes at the moment. Oh, I forgot our bit of chain. Better not leave that out here. So I think I'm going to switch gears for the rest of the day. Now my next job is not really about farming, but it's about farm life, I suppose. So anyway, I got to go pick something up and then I'm going to knock that job off, because that's another job done off the list. Then I don't have to think about it once we're in the thick of seeding. I don't know, what are you doing? I'm going to split some wood.
Why?
I don't know, do you want to stay warm this winter or not?
Yes.
I thought you might. Maybe you should come out here and split it for me.
I can't.
So this is going to be me for the rest of the day, and probably summer tomorrow. We'll get this wood here split. So I guess that means I'll leave the video here, guys. Thank you very much for watching. We really do appreciate it. If you want to support the channel, you know what to do. If not, all good. You guys have yourselves a good one. Until next time, see ya.